Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We want to invite everybody to take their seat and make themselves comfortable, make themselves right at home. This is a big day for CBU. This is a great day for CBU. And so if you were a student of our beloved benefactor, Dr. Rosa Deal, raise your hand. If you were a student of Dr. Deal, raise your hand. Very good, very good. If you were a colleague of Dr. Rosa Deal as a teaching faculty member, raise your hand. I see you back there, Nick. Thank you, thank you. If you are a Christian brother, like Dr. Rosa Deal, who was an affiliated Christian brother, raise your hand. Let's give a round of applause to our brothers. Well, we are family, and the Christian Brothers University family is deeply honored by your presence here at this significant moment. This is a monumental day in our history, and thank you for helping to make it possible. We remember with great love Dr. Rosa Grace Deal, an affiliated Christian brother, the brilliant educator and Christian benefactor who made so much of this day possible. The lone lady, the first woman to teach at Christian Brothers University. There's so much to tell about her. They wrote a book. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to get all this in my 5 minutes. But I do want to first recognize the distinguished guests that we have here today. We are so thrilled to see all of you here. Of course, our president, Dr. John Smarrelli, seated right to my right, followed by our mayor, Mark Luttrell of Shelby County, Dave Nelson, a business leader and co-chairperson of the Faith in Progress Capital Campaign. And we have Steve Donovan, the vice chair of the CBU Board of Trustees, who is also chair of the Building and Grounds Committee. And we have, let's see, you are Ernest Strickland. Ernest Strickland, the vice president of Workforce Development for Greater Memphis Chamber of Commerce. I thought you were going to be on this side. We're so thrilled you are here. Is Maria Dopico? Maria is the president of the CBU Student Government Association, and Dr. Scott Geis. Are you here, Dr. Scott? The head of the Liberal Arts Program, our dean of the Rosa Deal School of Arts. And along this side of the podium, we have Mitch Graves, our chairman of the CBU Board of Trustees, the mayor of Memphis, Tennessee, Mayor Jim Strickland, Dick Godomsky, the co-chairman of the Faith in Progress Capital Campaign, for whom the School of Engineering was named last November. Go ahead and give a round of applause. If you want to match a face with the name of a building, there it is. And we're so thrilled that we have with us today His Excellency, the Most Reverend Martin David Holley, the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Memphis. Thank you so very much, Bishop. And alongside the Bishop's assistant, we have Brother Dominic Ehrmantraut, the Special Assistant to President Smarrelli, and as I mentioned, Ernest a moment ago, and Dr. Paul Hott, the Vice President of Academics and Student Life. Thank you, Paul. He's way back in the crowd. He surrendered his chair. So, very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I need to tell you about this lady, this beautiful woman who is here. But first, I got to recognize some other honored guests. We have the artist who painted Rosa, Jason Boldin, the artist for the portrait. Where are you, Jason? Raise your hand. Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause. And also representing some of our government leaders from Senator Bob Corker's office, we have Nick Kistenmacher. Where are you, Nick? You're here. And we have Chris Conley, reporting to Senator Alexander's office right there, along with John Sorrells, a neighbor of Dr. Rosa Deal. Where are you, John? Oh, John. Great to see you, John. Thank you for being present with us today. And we're expecting Dr. David Rudd, president of the University of Memphis, any moment now. So, now, reporters are supposed to tell a story in an encapsulated fashion. And you see her picture there. She was small in stature, but a giant in this university's history. Truly, a giant. And so I need to give you a little background. born in Bari, Italy on All Saints' Day, November 1st, 1923. Okay? Mayor, she was the only child of a professor named Andrea Canonone, a professor of music in Italy, and her beautiful mother, Maria Antonita Selvaggi Canoni. And through her father's guidance, Rosa learned piano, became quite accomplished, and her father was an expert in opera. By the time she was an adolescent, with only a few notes from any song of any opera, am I right, brother? She could name that tune. She was a star student. Anywhere she went in her academic career, the highest honors. She passed 20 Latin tests, written and spoken, in a row. That's how she got her undergraduate degree. Amazingly perfect scores. She went on to receive a PhD in Latin and ancient Greek. Not too many of those hanging from the trees around here. But how did she get to Memphis, Tennessee, this pretty lady in the painting? Amore, she fell in love with an American soldier. A little bit of amore, it's a love story. She met George Deal, who was with the Corps of Engineers. She went to college during World War II, and George was sent over there as part of the Corps of Engineers, rebuilding Italy after World War II, and they fell in love. George was not Catholic, he converted. That's the only way her parents were going to bless the marriage. And one thing led to another, and George was reassigned to Memphis in the late 1940s. And so this little Italian lady with a PhD in Latin and ancient Greek, Bishop, came to Memphis, Tennessee in 1949, and her boy, Tony, comes here to go to high school. This was a high school as well as a college in the early part of the 20th century, and in 1960, when Tony entered here, and brother, tell me if I'm wrong, she drove over here the day after he got his class schedule because Latin was not on the list. And she wanted to inquire why Latin was not on the list. And after talking with the principal, the word got around among the brothers to the college president that there's a little Italian lady who has a PhD in Latin and an ancient Greek, and we need to hire her. And that was a brilliant move, and that happened. And from then on, she started teaching right here on this campus. An amazing legacy of brilliance. She became one of our school's most beloved teachers. Now, I should say she taught at Sacred Heart High School on North Cleveland before she came over here to teach. So she had that time over there. She moved over here, and the college hired her, and she taught at one time. Dr. Rudd will be delighted to know this. She was teaching a full load here, as well as teaching over at the University of Memphis, what we then called Memphis State, and then later, the full load here, and what we now call Rhodes College. She was teaching Cicero and Latin 305. I mean, this was an incredibly gifted talent. A beloved educator, she became so beloved she received the University Alumni's highest honor, the Brother Lawrence Egbert Award, as well as the Marillion Medal, the university's highest honor. And finally, the Christian Brothers named her one of their own, an affiliated brother, an honor she regarded as the greatest of her life. And she would love to be here today with us. She would eat this up, your presence here today. She loved the party. She was a lot of fun. We loved her. She was my teacher for French, and she would say, Mr. Birch, you need to study hard. She had to say that a lot, unfortunately. But I owe a lot to Rosa. And she became my friend later. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to introduce the president of Christian Brothers University, a man who was also a friend of Dr. Rosa Dio, President John Smarrelli.
Thank you, Joe. Bishop Holley, Mayor Strickland, Mayor Luttrell, honored guests, trustees, De La Salle Christian Brothers, and of course, our alumni, our friends, our faculty, our staff, and I guess most importantly, our students who are here today. Welcome to the Rosa School of Arts, the opening of an amazing facility in honor of an amazing woman. This building is named in memory of our good friend, Dr. Rose G. Deal. Her dedication to CBU and to our Lasallian mission inspired this final bequest to our university. That gift helped launch us to a new path that made this building possible. It will continue to guide us as we expand and enhance our facilities, our academic programs, and our outreach to all across the greater Memphis area. We are very proud at Christian Brothers University that this year's graduates, 96% are either employed or have gone on to medical graduate professional studies, 96%. And both mayors will appreciate this, that 85% of our graduates stay in the Memphis region and make a difference to our community. That's what Rosa Deal would have liked to have heard. We are most grateful to the dedicated efforts of our Faith and Progress Capital Campaign Committee, which continues to guide our progress and whose efforts have contributed to the funding of this building. We are also grateful to the exceptional work of the companies, crews, and artisans who have worked together to plan, design, build, and decorate this exciting structure in modern space, but yet having the traditional look on one side and the modern look on the other. What a unique building. I'd like to thank our A&F architects and the principal architect, Bill Ferguson, who is here today. Bill. Justin Grinder of Grinder, Tabor and Grinder, our general contractor, and Ed Hayes, site supervisor, who got this program done on time, and we are ready to begin education in this wonderful building. Other project participants are also listed in your program. The Rose Deal School of Arts incorporates all of the latest technologies, but more importantly, it embodies the core values we have since the founding of this university in 1871, the Lasallian ideals of faith, service, and community. As many of you know, however, this building stands on the site of Kenrick Hall, which was the first building constructed on this campus after we moved here in 1940. Kenrick Hall was named in honor of two De La Salle Christian brothers who were also siblings, Brother Luke Joseph Kenrick and Brother Matthew Kenrick. The memory of their long service continues to inspire us and be remembered in this facility. While so many in the CBU community hold memories of Kenrick Hall quite dearly, we understand that a school building is not simply a structure made of stone and concrete, plaster and windows. A school building should be, and is, an outward expression of the values the university serves. This building expresses the skill, wisdom, and dedication of the men and women who will teach here, and now and in the future. This building also represents the generosity of the woman who inspired it, and other donors who contributed to the Rose Deal School of Arts. We are most grateful to the benefactors who stepped forward to make this building possible. I especially want to recognize our major donors, the Spear Charitable Trust, Connie and Charles Cotros, the estate of Weedy Phillips. Other supporters who have designated gifts to the Rose Deal School are noted in your program. Thank you all for your generosity. And of course, this would not be possible without our amazing capital campaign chairs. So Dick Adamski, who is here, Dave Nelson, who is here. Thank you, Dick and Dave, for making this all possible and moving us forward in our Faithful Progress campaign. And finally, as the years go by, this building will come to express the hopes, accomplishments, and experiences of generations of students who choose Christian Brothers University, who come here to learn and leave here to serve. I am honored to be with you today as we dedicate the Rosa Deal School of Arts. Thank you so much for being here and joining us.
We are the only Catholic university within hundreds of miles in any direction. And we are so thrilled to have with us our new bishop, the Most Reverend Martin David Holley, the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Memphis, who we now invite to conduct a blessing of our building. Thank you, Bishop.
And thank you so very much, Joe. I appreciate that so very much. I want to take this opportunity to recognize my brother priest and the Christian brothers, and also, as we mentioned, Mayor Strickland, of course, the president of this university, John Smarrelli, and also Mayor Luttrell. All of the donors, trustees, and board members, and staff, professors, students, alumni, congratulations on this beautiful, beautiful building that you have built here at this Catholic university. And what a great pleasure and honor it is to be here with you this evening. We have gathered to celebrate the opening of this beautiful building, named in honor of Dr. Dill, an affiliate member of the Brothers of the Christian Schools and longtime professor here at Christian Brothers University. And Dr. Dale faithfully served the university for over 40 years, teaching, as we hear, in the School of Arts. Upon her death, she most generously left funds to improve the school. And today, so we celebrate the reality of this new structure, which fulfills her wishes and her dreams. And so we also celebrate her life and her service as well, the generosity of the benefactors. I'm pleased to be among you to bless this building, which will enhance this university campus and to serve many students now and for many years to come. And as the 5th Bishop of the Diocese of Memphis, I'm also happy that we have a Catholic university founded by the De La Salle brothers within the diocese, to have Christian Brothers High School, which shares its history with this great university. And I give thanks that these institutions continue to teach and share their history and traditions, enabling the ideals that they teach to grow and flourish among the students, the faculty, staff, and alumni and friends. Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God of mercy, love, and truth, you sent your only Son to be our Lord and Savior. He calls us together as his church to carry on the work of salvation. We ask you now to bless us and all who use this Rosa Dill School of Arts, dedicated to the education of youth and young adults. May it become a center where students and teachers are inspired with the words of truth, will search for the wisdom that guides their Christian life, and strive wholeheartedly to stand by Christ as their teacher. May all who come here know the presence of Christ and experience the joy of his friendship and grow in his love and grace. Grant this through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen.
Christian Brothers University is a great institution, has been great for Memphis. Students from 26 states attend class here and 21 countries. And as you've been told, the vast majority stay in the Memphis area. CBU grads throughout the decades have contributed so much to the success of Memphis. So CBU is not only important to the students and to the alums and to the Catholic Church, but it's important to the city of Memphis. Their current involvement, I want to point out and highlight. They partner with Shelby County Schools right over here to my left at the Middle College High School, and they're going to be very involved in the Crosstown High School and the Crosstown Concourse building. And I see some gray hair in this crowd. You were probably shopped at the Sears Crosstown. Wait till you see that building now when it opens. Try to get there. It's going to be a fantastic building. Has been pointed out, $10.3 million project right here in the middle of the city, with another a total of $70 million coming. This is a beautiful facility that not only is going to benefit the students here, but I really do believe as you grow this university, it's going to help the city of Memphis so much. So I thank President Smarrelli for his leadership on this, and thank all of you who are connected to CBU because it means so much to the city of Memphis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And now it's time to introduce our Shelby County Mayor, who's worked with our president on all kinds of education issues, Mayor Mark Luttrell.
Thank you, Joe. Certainly Bishop Holley, God bless you, and thank you so much for that blessing. Dr. Smarrelli, good friend Dr. Smarrelli, thank you for the opportunity to be with you. You know, it's so comfortable among this sea of Catholicism for this little Southern Baptist boy to be standing and to feel appreciated and welcome. So thank you. But to the greater CBU family, thank you so much. And certainly, we're here today to honor a classic scholar, a lady of letters, many languages, an educator to the heart in so many ways, Dr. Rosa. But events like this, I think, are much larger than just Rosa. Obviously, she is the name on the building, her spirit is with us, but it's also a great opportunity for us to really celebrate the great role that liberal arts colleges like CBU play in the community. You know, the University of Memphis are all great. If Dr. Rudd is here, we certainly appreciate the great work of the University of Memphis. University of Tennessee Health Sciences, wonderful having our flagship medical university here. But isn't it great to have these liberal arts small colleges that can really come in and provide a liberal, little L, liberal education. For a Baptist Southern conservative Republican, that's a tough word. Being a product of a liberal arts college myself, I reflect back on the experiences of art appreciation and music appreciation, learning about the great writers of English literature, American literature, science, math, courses that I really didn't look forward to, but on reflection, I think what a wonderful experience that liberal education was. So events like today are here to really honor a liberal scholar, but also to appreciate the great work that CBU plays in our community. Dr. Smarrelli, I had an opportunity to share a secret with your wife that you obviously had not told her about. But how much CBU has meant to this community, certainly for so many years, but by getting to know you, your engagement with the community, your emphasis on engaging CBU in the community speaks volumes to the great ministry of this university. So thank you all for being the family that you are, that embraces this college, but also how you take your influence and your beacon into the community and in your daily task of life for making the difference throughout the city of Memphis. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. And while we are Catholic in tradition, I think 40% of our student body, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it about 40% of our student, 20% of our student body is Catholic. So we have reached out to the wider community, the wider faith community, and we are ecumenical. So we want to make sure everybody understands that, who's here today. So we love people of all faiths and welcome them to participate in our life here on campus. And now we're delighted to welcome, as a representative of the Memphis Area Chamber of Commerce, Ernest Strickland. Mr. Strickland.
Thank you, Joe. Mayor Strickland, who, because of his becoming mayor, I became the other Strickland. I appreciate that. Luttrell, Dr. Smarrelli, thank you for having me here. It's very much an honor to be here. And there's a quote from Winston Churchill. He was once asked to cut arts in order to provide more funding for the war. And his response was simply, if that's the case, what are we fighting for? The arts is very instrumental to us as a society progressing and becoming better human beings. The arts really help with the development of our personal growth as well as our community growth. In this city, the arts is very much appreciated. We have performing arts and theaters. We probably have more than cities that are larger than us. We have a vast array of performing arts and facilities here for you to enjoy those type of lifestyle components that our city very much needs. We're proud to have Christian Brothers as a member of our chamber, and in fact, when we go out and recruit companies looking to come to Memphis, we always tout Christian Brothers as a strong asset. They love hearing about the engineering program, and now we're able to brag about another school, the Rosa School of Art. As Rosa displayed longevity and commitment to Christian Brothers, CBU provides those same qualities to our city and to its students. On behalf of the Greater Memphis Chamber, thank you for all that you do. Continue doing it, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Other Strickland. We'll remember your name. Ladies and gentlemen, the Christian Brothers, you note the name of our school, Christian Brothers University. This is the school they founded here in Memphis, and they have a long tradition in our community. Bishop, not only do we have a college, university, and a high school, there's also an elementary school over in the Binghamton area, the De La Salle School, that serves that community. And so the brothers have had a profound impact on our community for so many years. And representing the brothers community, Brother Dominic Ehrmantraut, Assistant to the President. Brother Dominic.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. What I've learned over the years is when you're last, everything has been said. So I can be very short this evening. So in a very special way, I didn't know Rosa real well, but when I was a provincial for some years, I visited CBU and met her on several occasions over the years, and she was always most gracious, to say the least. And our brothers from then the St. Louis district, many of the brothers had Rosa for classes and got to know her very well and would always speak so highly. And prior to ever getting to meet her, I felt I really knew her when I came to visit, because the brothers had spoken so much about her over the years. But certainly everything that has been said and everything that we've experienced with Rosa, she was a tremendous woman. Only 4 feet 11 inches, but probably 6 feet 7 inches, Bishop, don't you think? In what she gave and who she was to CBU. As has been said, the brothers bestowed the highest honor given to our colleagues in naming Rosa a member of the religious family as an affiliate of the Brothers of the Christian Schools. And that happened in the year 2002 as an affiliated member. She felt at home with the brothers and affiliates and was always most curious of all that was going on at CBU, and partnered in programs and projects right to the day the Lord called her. And I'd also like to pause a moment and say that a number of our brothers assisted Rosa for so many years after the death of her husband and after the death of her, sudden death of her son. So in a way she was a widow, but she was also without family, and the brothers were her family. And she would say that over and over again. And when our last president was a brother, she was very keen about learning who the new president would be. And when she heard it was a Smarrelli, it was okay. So thank you, Rosa, for all you did and who you are for all in eternity to CBU community. May God continue to bless us through her and through her magnificent work and her foundation for the university. God bless all of us for her.
Those of us who were Rosa's students would appreciate that we need to hear from a student, because this is what Rosa was all about. She loved us, and she made sure we were well taken care of, and we spent time with her in her office. And if you didn't get something, she made sure you did. So now, representing the students of Christian Brothers University, it's my great privilege to introduce the SGA president, Maria Dopico.
Good evening, CBU students, faculty and staff members, and distinguished guests. My name is Maria Dopico. I am the Student Government Association president, and on behalf of the rest of the SGA and the student body, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the new School of Arts building. So I know you're all very excited to get to the ribbon cutting, so I'm going to try and keep it quick, but I do think this is a wonderful opportunity for us to pay tribute to all of those who worked to make this building into a reality. The Rosa Deal School of Arts building is the result of a generous gift from this state of Dr. Rosa Deal. Not only was she CBU's first female faculty member, but she had an ongoing passion for helping students achieve their goals and realize their potential. This monument is not only a testament of CBU's desire to build a community and a home for instilling the Lasallian values in our students, but also to bring to light Rosa Deal's passion for helping young people. Christian Brothers University has always been a visionary in the community, and the new addition will help meet the needs of current as well as future students. Its various features, such as several study areas, a psychology lab, among several other features, will prove to be a key component in students' successes. But lastly, I would like to thank our esteemed alumni and all those who share the vision of making CBU not just a university, but the heart of Memphis. So let's all take a moment to show our appreciation for supporting our dream. Thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
All right, well, that's truly wonderful. Thank you, Maria, on behalf of all the students at CBU. We're very proud of you. Well done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries, it is time to get the ribbon-cutting participants in place. So here comes the ribbon to be cut. Here comes the giant shears. These scissors came directly from the engineering department. The Dick Godomsky School of Engineering. And so
basically they're in order.
So if you would all step forward, dignitaries. And very good.
And then the two of y'all hold.
Okay.
Smiling and posing.
All right, mayors, please do not execute ribbon cutting yet. Okay, Corey, are you good? I want to make sure our photographer, this is a major league Kodak moment. In the history of CBU, this one's going down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hallelujah! Thank you, everybody. We'd like to invite everyone to tour the building. A reception is on the 3rd floor, so we have refreshments on the 3rd floor in the Phillips School of Arts Student Lounge. So thank you for coming and being with us today on a great day for Christian Brothers University. Thank you.